That's right, guys. In today's video, we are taking a deep dive look into Space Invaders CornerCade by Numskull. I want to give a huge shout out over to Numskull CornerCades for sending this over to me for the purpose of review. Now, I know, guys, I'm over 2 years late to CornerCades and their Space Invader release in particular. But being as that I've just recently discovered this company and their cool products about a couple months ago, I had to have this one in my collection. Now, with that out of all the way, let's take a look at the box. Now, this box is a little bit more dated than their current releases from CornerCades. I love that on the current boxes, they have highlighted sections of the features of the cabinet and the date it was released boldly on display. On this box, the features are just a smaller print in one section. But guys, at the end of the day, it's just a box. Opening up the box, you will receive a very lengthy USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable for charging purposes. You will need to provide your own power block to plug into the wall, or you will use a powered USB hub like I have in my setup if you plan on owning more than just one of these very addicting playable arcades. You will also receive an instruction manual in the box along with the arcade itself, all fully assembled. Once the plastic holding of the arcade itself is removed, there's a plastic film cover on the control panel and a protective layer of plastic film covering the 5-inch TFT screen that's 4x3. Turning on the arcade for the first time, I was absolutely blown away. You truly don't know what this arcade looks like until it's sitting in front of your lap. Numskull took around 4 years to perfect the Pepper's Ghost effect found on the full-size Space Invaders arcade. And man, does it make such a difference. They took the time and effort taken into every little detail of this whole equation to put it together to really create one awesome product. But more on that a little bit later. We do have dip switch settings that you can activate by holding down player 1 and player 2 buttons while booting up the arcade. In those settings, you can change whatever you want and customize the game as you see fit, which is always a really cool touch. Space Invaders from Taito is beautifully replicated here, from the silver tabs on the top of the cab to the infamous Taito riser found on the bottom of the cabinet. Standing in at 17.3 inches high, 6.5 inches wide, and 8.4 inches deep, the form factor is spot on, matching every detail found on the original cabinet. Now let's start at the top of the arcade. I love that Numskull pays so much attention to detail, like the vents on the top of the arcade with even light shining through, to the white color of that said cabinet, the silver tabs on top. It's truly incredible. The marquee is vibrant, giving it that 3D effect with the overlay from space, just like the real arcade, even matching the warm orange glow found on the original. There are zero hotspots and the print quality is yet again spot on excellent. Moving down to the bezel, it's so very cool to see just how accurate this is to the original Space Invaders. The space shuttles are cut and carved into the screen bezel. It's just so cool to see that effect. The colors of the bezel are spot on, print quality is just that good. But this is where this cabinet steals the show. It's the uniqueness of this cabinet with the Pepper's Ghost effect screen. Turning this on for the first time, my mind was blown. Just how accurate this looked. Everything on here is replicated fantastically. You literally can't do any better of a job than what CornerCades did. There's a black light on top shining its black light down onto the playfield, and a printed backdrop curving around the back, setting the stage for the planet cut out in the front with a light placed behind it. Incredible. It's literally like you are staring at a miniature replica of the real thing. Mirroring and creating the Pepper's Ghost effect on the top of all of that found below is just insane. Guys, this is just incredible. They did a fantastic job, and you can really see the 4 years that it took to create this, of the ups and downs and ebb and flows, of the stress created day in and day out, of how they finally perfected this. It's absolutely insane. Moving on to the control panel, you really see the attention to detail yet again. The print quality is excellent. You can read everything on the control panel. It's replicated 100% perfectly. The joystick is spot on, only being able to move it left to right. The buttons feel great, and everything is absolutely awesome. Sliding on down to the front kick plate, everything here looks great once again. The detailed Taito branding that you can easily read is displayed on the coin door. It even has the yellow button that doesn't do anything, but some say aliens placed it here to control you. Yes, that's right. The side of the arcade is so awesome. I just can't say enough great things about how Quarter Arcades replicates everything with the highest quality. Numskull recreated this so well and never skips out on any details or tries to reinvent this wheel. This is pure nostalgia, how it should be. On the back of the arcade, you will see some cool Numskull badging, individualizing each arcade with a number in the set, which is so awesome. On the bottom is where you will find the volume rocker, USB Type-C charging port with a red light changing to green when fully charged, and of course the power switch. Now that we have taken a look at everything there is to on the outside, let's get into some gameplay. Now I want to preference, guys, that this is a pretty difficult thing to capture on camera, that being the Pepper's Ghost effect, to truly record and capture gameplay on this arcade. This is just one that you have to see in person to really experience that wow factor. But let's fire it up and take a look. Now guys, there is a software patch update that you can do right off of the Quarter Arcade's website. Once on the website, head over to the support tab, scroll down to the Space Invaders section on top. There's an excellent video that Quarter Arcade's produced showing you step by step on how to update the machine. You will just need the arcade, the charging cable it came with, and a PC to do the software update. I believe it fixes the sound on this cabinet, but don't quote me on it. I will leave a link to all that stuff in this video's description so you can easily find it. Space Invaders is so iconic. It captivated the arcade landscape with its release back in 1978. Everything on this cabinet is perfectly recreated from the top down from what the original Taito arcade release was. I once again highly recommend this product, and you can order this product now for just $2.99 from Numskull directly. It's also found on Amazon, and both websites offer sales from time to time. I will leave a link to those products in this video's description. At the end of the day, guys, this is my 6th Quarter Arcade, and right when you think you've seen it all, Numskull tops what they have done yet again with the next release after the next. They nail every single cabinet with precision every single time. I can't wait to see what releases are in the future to add to my collection. But guys, what do you think of the Space Invaders Quarter Arcade from Numskull? Give me your thoughts, feedback, and reactions down in the comments below. Give this video a like on your way out. And as always, guys, this is Danny from the CornerCade, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.